2010. But these are the contenders, these are the gladiators for the men's individual single sculls European Championship of 2013, with the flying Marcel Hacker right next to the former world champion Andrei Synek, who of course was runner-up to Mahe Drysdale at the London Olympic Games. But this is a field of talent. Alexander Alexandrov, who once upon a time represented Bulgaria but then switched to Azerbaijan at the age of 23 now, and he was 5th in the Olympic Games. Mindaugas Grigonis, who has won this European title on no less than 3 occasions and was 8th in the Olympics in London. Marcel Hacker, world champion back here in 2002 in Seville, Olympic bronze medalist all the way back in Sydney 2000. Andrei Synek, he wanted to beat Drysdale, he couldn't in London, he took the silver, he was world champion in Carapiro in 2010. Then Roel Bras for the Netherlands, comes out of the 8th that finished 5th for the Dutch at the Olympic Games, and closest to Danny Friedman from Israel, from Afula, 25 years of age, 8th in the Europeans in the single sculls a year ago in Varese. But this is eagerly awaited because Hacker has been absolutely flying in the first part of the season. And here we go.
Yeah, I think, you know, a fantastic contest always between the single scullers, and Hacker and Synek has got a tremendous ring. And I think if you're Andrei Synek, you will be looking at what Hacker's done. I mean, the demolition of Campbell in Essen 2 weeks ago, the way that Hacker won his heat here and the semi-final, just fantastic pace that he's got, and unstoppable at the moment.
Hacker 3 away from you on the top of the picture. Synek away smartly in lane number 4. They both won the semi-finals. Synek slower time, 7:53. Hacker 7:48. But again, this is all to play for, and it should be really between those two. But interesting to see what Grigonis can offer for Lithuania, or indeed the Azerbaijani in lane 1, who at the moment has found the start a little too hot. Has had the Dutchman Bras 2 from the bottom, and the Israeli Friedman closest to you.
Alexandrov, who was 5th in the Olympics, from Azerbaijan, he's been injured. He had an operation on his neck, as we look at Synek there, and then he was out for 3 or 4 weeks with the virus. And I was speaking to his physio, Marin Tonchev, and really the Azerbaijani shouldn't be racing here. He's done wonderfully to make the final, but he's not going to be competitive today. We hope for a good recovery for later on in the season as we see the 2011 world champion, Olympic silver medalist Andrei Synek.
European champion back in 2010 in Montemor in Portugal, the same season that he won the title down under. In fact, he won this title before going down under to win the gold medal on Carapiro, and coming through to the first quarter. And
Synek's race, isn't it, at the moment? And Hacker, you know, if Hacker's going to do well, Hacker generally likes to lead off, doesn't he? He likes, and this will be a new for him, having been led this season. He's won the German trials. He won in Essen. He won his semi-final, heat and semi-final here, and quicker time than Synek as well in the semi-final. So he's going to be comfortable sat there. Synek's obviously made a statement,
and Synek slightly put into the shadow in a funny sort of way by Mirka Napkova in London, because she got the gold medal and they thought, well, Synek's going to be the one who's going to get the gold medal.
Synek is such a star. I guess if you're in a sport with a talent like Mahe Drysdale, I mean, but the thing is, I mean, to be a men's single sculler, it's the peak of the sport. I mean, anyone would want to take the gold medal in men's singles at the Olympic Games because it's the gold medal to have. It's the best in the sport, and these are the men at the top of the game and the sport. And I think the race has settled down now. You know, Synek has stopped his movement, and Hacker's just there, sort of, he's got contact. That's important to maintain that through the second quarter.
Well, I think Synek now, having established his rhythm and having got that half-length advantage, is saying, OK, let's see what you've got and when are you going to play your cards, and then we'll see who's the better man.
Yeah, well, Hacker can sit behind. I mean, remember that race in 2006 at Nottingham where he had that most amazing sprint, and you know,
not Nottingham, you mean Eton?
No, at Eton Dorney. Yeah, it was just, I mean, we know he can do that. I think contact is important for Hacker to maintain, because if Synek breaks him, then I think, you know, such is the thing in single sculling, that they'll probably think discretion's the better part of valour. There's Griskonis.
Yeah, 3 times he's won this, the 27-year-old from Vilnius. But you can see it's really a race of 2 parts here, and it is between Sinek and Hacker at the halfway stage. And Sinek's just extended a little bit more during that second quarter over Hacker. The Dutchman, Roel Braas, in 3rd place ahead of, in fact, the Lithuanian Griskonis.
I'll tell you, that's a great scull from Roel Braas. I saw him race in Essen, and he wasn't particularly impressive. The guy from, big strong guy from the Dutch Olympic 8 that finished 5th, and he's decided he wants to be in Rio in a single scull, and it's a great challenge. And I really admire Roel for coming out of the 8 and staking his place. He won the Dutch trials in the single, but I thought he was off the pace in Essen, but if he emerges here with a bronze medal, that is a fantastic result for him to build on. But look at this contest. I mean, he hasn't let go, has he, Hacker?
No. Just a reflection again on Braas. I mean, it was about 4 years ago in the under-23s when he took a silver medal in the single scull, so it's taken that time. I mean, he's only 26 years of age now. Yeah. So
very distinctive with his shaved head as well. I mean, you wouldn't miss him. And I think crucially now, Sinek is just stretching out to a bit of clear water.
This is the 3rd quarter move by Sinek, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's where he's so used to going head-to-head with Drysdale. And
yeah, because we always know that Drysdale moves in the 2nd quarter, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
And so Sinek has to move, and now you can see it's clear water. And, well, this is the question that Sinek's now asked to Hacker. Is Hacker ready to put something down?
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering why the British team aren't here or attending, certainly Alan Campbell, the single sculler, he very, very much wanted to come and race Hacker and Sinek here, and wasn't allowed to by the management, told he had to be with the rest of the team. So if Alan Campbell's watching this, I hope your training's going well, and we'll see you at the Eton World Cup. But
Sinek, quality, class, easing away, and it's just 500 metres to go. And in a way, disappointingly for me and you, Martin, this hasn't turned out to the match that we hoped for and wished for, given the very solid early season form of Marcel Hacker.
You see people race. I mean, you see, Hacker be dominant on Campbell in Essen, and then you see the way he raced in the heats and the semi-final here. You just think this could be his year, and then Sinek just goes, here's my God. Look at him now, and he's stretching the distance out. I mean, Hacker will have eyes for Roel Braas. He's got a good lead on the Dutch sculler. But the other thing, this is such a spread out field for men's singles, isn't it? I mean, from 1st to 6th at 1500 metres was nearly 25 seconds, and the margins are amazing, really, considering that these are men at the top of their game.
Funnily enough, what do we take out of this? We take out of it that Sinek has come back and he's in decent shape. He's thinking about Drysdale. Are they going to clash at Eton?
No, Drysdale. I don't think he'll be at Eton. I think he's been doing triathlons. Might make an appearance at something like Henley or something like that, maybe. But he's obviously coming back. But again, Sinek will want to send a message to Hacker. Look, you want to beat me, mate. You've got to do something special. And because he's not let up, has he? He's not going to drift across the line. He's sending signals with each of those strokes to Hacker, to Drysdale, to Campbell, to anyone else who wants to watch. I'm going to be the man this year.
And he just takes a little visual look across to the stands as his marker, which tells him how far he's got to go to the line. This has been processional, and really the 3rd quarter and the last 500 have been pretty easy as it gets. And he just does a little wave of acknowledgement to Hacker, who knows what's going on in his mind at this particular moment. And well done to Roel Braas, because I think we take that out of the race there, that he finishes in 3rd place and takes the bronze medal, albeit quite a margin down. But nonetheless, he's a newcomer to
the scalps. I mean, you've taken Griskonis' scalp, and we know the Azerbaijani Aleskandrov is
he's subpar.
Not in the best. He's subpar. Ready. But I mean, you race these guys, you beat them. Their names to tick off. But he couldn't get near Sinek
or Hacker.
No.
Really.
I'm just thinking that the Dutch team have had a pretty good Europeans, haven't they? I'm thinking of our friend Michael Jonkman, who's here reporting the race for the Dutch over on the far side. Prolific Twitter follower, if anyone's interested in following Michael Jonkman about Dutch rowing and rowing in general on Twitter. And he will have enjoyed some great results from the Dutch team at the European Championships here.
Yeah, the Dutch, I'm reckoning at the moment now, a gold, a silver and 3 bronze medals.
You can't argue with that. That is a really, really good return, I think. And again, you said that the World Championships in Holland next year on the Bosbaan.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, be a great regatta.
So Andre Sinek, I wonder what he's going to have to say about that. I just, funnily enough, I don't think it'll be very expansive.